has just the slightest suggestion of a little impish little smile, little suggestive smile, trying to join the gang. A happy little ghost coming out for the night to tend to whatever business he has. Yeah. Kind of off center here. I like the way that they have really elongated her with these long draping white fabrics that go and go and go. His little grin, and because his head is tilted down ever so slightly, and he's sort of widening his eyes a little bit. We've got these sweet little forehead lines manifesting here. Just tying the whole facial expression together. Hello. I thought maybe today we could go through a little bit of my record collection. Just the covers of them. I used to have access to a record player in the past, and I don't anymore at the present. So some of these I haven't listened to because I've collected them after the fact. So this first one we have is Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye. And the name of the album is Midnight Love. And as you can see, we have Marvin himself here in the forefront. And he's giving us a look like he's got something on his mind. He's got these soft eyes that have like a soft focus to them. So it looks like you are the object of his attention, but it's a very soft attention. He has just the slightest suggestion of a little impish little smile, little suggestive smile. It looks like his nostrils might be flared a bit. And in the background, we can see a beautiful cityscape at night with all of the little rooms and apartments lit up against the night sky. And there's a clock over here in the background, and it is clearly midnight because the album is Midnight Love. I love city lights. Compared to where I've lived most of my life, I have spent a short time living in closer to the forests. And I find I'm a little bit of the opposite when I think about going on vacation and taking a break from it all. I think about going to the city, getting a hotel room up in the air, and just enjoying the city scenery from dawn until dusk. So continuing with Mr. Marvin Gaye. He's got a nice head of hair here. Head of curly hair. This is his hairline. These are his eyebrows. Not too arched, a very soft little arch. You can see a little bit of a crinkle in his eye here. Really beautifully shaped nose. And some facial hair going around the top of his lip, on his cheeks, down around his jaw, his chin, just underneath his lips here. He is resting on his fist, and he's wearing this dark colored shirt. Looks like it comes down a little bit to a V. Might be collared and a little bit unbuttoned. Let's give him a little bit eyebrow brush. Set any hairs that might be askew and out of place. Just gently pull them in the right direction. Move on to the other one. Gently guide them all in the same direction relatively. And then just gently brush down along the sides of his nose here. Might be a little bit relaxing. Look at the other side. Go down, swoop it. And now we can just trace under his lips a little bit here. Brush along the bottom lip. Tip of his nose. can pay a little bit of attention to his hand here. That might feel really nice, a combination of scratching and brushing down the top of your hand. Tickle the fingers a little bit here. So that's Marvin. Move on to the next one. So this one here, I've left in the plastic protective sleeve that I purchased it in. It is not brand new. There is some wear here on the corners, as you can see. But when I purchased it, it came in this crinkly protective sleeve, and I just wanted to leave it on to keep it extra safe for now. So this is one I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. This is Blood Curdling Terror. Horror. Stereo. Sounds to make you shiver. So this is a retro Halloween soundscape record. When I was a child in the 90s, I got my parents to purchase one of those cassette tapes that have a Halloween horror soundscape on them. And the intention is to play them somewhere where your trick-or-treaters can hear it, usually. I was obsessed with it because I suppose I'll start from the beginning. Where I grew up, there's this place about an hour to 2 hours from where I grew up called Munster Hamlet. And there's a Halloween haunt theme park there called Saunders Farm. And I didn't go there too much in my childhood because money, but I fell in love with it and the concept of haunts in general. One of the attractions at Saunders Farm was a bar that they converted into a haunt. through the barn and various frights await you. And anyway, I got my parents to buy me this cassette tape, and I used to listen to it and try to imagine if I had a haunt, how I would design it. And years ago, before my last relationship ended, I was actually working on my own Halloween horror soundscapes. But the computer that those files were on was left with my ex, so I don't have that project anymore. But maybe one day I'll pick it up again, we'll see. I was also working on like a Halloween party playlist and like chopping up old horror and spooky Halloween movie like clips. So if you wanted to have like a Halloween party, you could play the whole file and there'd be a playlist of music with Halloween themed like clips, kind of going to the beat, the vibes at the back. But yeah, that all got left behind, and that's okay. Okay, so I haven't listened to this yet, but I'm really happy I have it. And one day I will get to listen to it. I feel like it's such a treasure considering what my interests are. The detail on this record itself, like the cover, it's very fun. We have Frankenstein's monster here, the very forefront. And I hope I'm not alone in thinking he kind of looks like Shrek. Because he's got this like small forehead area. Like the nose almost seems similarly shaped. And then he's got all of this lower half of his face and the big wide mouth. He's just got all this extra space down here and only a little bit up here. And this kind of looks like where his little Shrek antennas should be. But it's Frankenstein's monster. And you can see this is clearly where he came out of. His little table where they charged him up. You can see all the lightning bolts here in the back. This might be like an Igor style monster. Looks like he's got a hat on. Or maybe he's a Renfield style monster, because we have Dracula up here. He's showing us the red lining of his cape. He's very proud of it. See? He says, look, it matches my whatever this is, my tie, my collar. And it is midnight here too. We have 3 monsters in this tower. One with a very long tendril of some sort, a big eye. This looks like some kind of monkey creature, angry monkey creature. This one's a little amorphous. A big mouth. And then there's a witch over here, very classic looking witch with the big nose and a wart at the tip. That's how I drew all my witches when I was a kid, because that's what all the Halloween imagery showed them as. They were green and they always had a big, long, winding nose and a big wart at the end. And there's her hat, the big point at the top there, and her wolfman here. Looks like he's ripped his human clothes. And then there's a graveyard in the background. See, there's a hand popping out of the ground over here. There's a zombie trying to join the gang. A happy little ghost coming out for the night to tend to whatever business he has. Oh, here comes my cat. That's enough for this one. Don't you think so? Let's move on to the other ones. Okay. So, this next one is Stevie Nicks. Belladonna. And you can see we have all of this empty dark space here. And then we have Miss Stevie all draped in white, just completely standing out, kind of off center here. I like the way that they have really elongated her with these long draping white fabrics that go and go and go. And then at the bottom here, I don't know if you can notice, but she's got these really high white platforms on. Kind of see a little bit where that platform should start. And whatever they have layered underneath this flowing fabric in this dress, I can't tell if this is like a pant or perhaps like a leg warmer, but it's this ruched pearlescent, it's kind of coming off as white in the picture, but I'm not exactly sure what color it is. It could be like a very light crushed velvet lavender, but they took it and they draped or they tucked it over the platform. So there's this like illusion of no breaks, really. Like we don't get to see the ankle or any like abrupt endings between like the shoe and the clothes and her skin. And I feel like it's just really contributed to this illusion that she just goes on and on and on and on and on. And then to add to that, she's gracefully holding aloft a beautiful white cockatoo. And it's quite a large bird. And she's holding it up higher than her head. And it's also white, like her clothes. as you can imagine, it wouldn't have the same effect if she was kind of holding it down here, or if it was a smaller bird. It would truncate the illusion a little bit. So I don't know if this was done very deliberately or if it was a happy accident, but it really worked. Like, the outcome is very, very beautiful, and she looks so ethereal with her gorgeous feathered blonde hair and her beautiful soft gaze. She's got a really nice nose. I've never noticed that before. I'm such a nose person. And this like smoky, dusky eye makeup looks really nice on her too. I think it's because her eyes are kind of on the larger side. Stand out. And yeah, so she's really the center of this whole picture because of all of the empty darkness we have surrounding her and backing her. And then there's just this little, I don't know if this is a vase or a sculpture or both, but there's just this in the corner here. Looks kind of ghostly, which is nice. Ties together this ghostly translucence you get from this like sheer flowy organza, I think it is, or chiffon. And then you've just got these 3 white roses. And again, it's not too much. We're focused more on height and elongation than we are on fullness. It's all very ethereal. It feels very much like she's blending, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like she's got wisps of herself that are materializing from or into the ether, if that makes any sense. And I love that she has a cockatoo contributing to this kind of mystique in this picture. And if you're somebody who knows anything about exotic birds, you'll know that cockatoos are actually pretty goofy. And if you don't, if you aren't familiar, just look up some videos of cockatoos being funny. Yeah, so this is unfortunately a record I haven't gotten a chance to listen to yet. I will eventually. Let's move on to the next one. And now we have Mr. Luther Vandross. Never too much. This is another one that I purchased a couple years ago, so I've yet to give it a listen on the record player. We have beautiful Mr. Vandross here, giving us the sweetest little impish grin here. He's got his head tilted down ever so slightly so that he's sort of looking up at us with these mischievous eyes that very much match his little grin. And because his head is tilted down ever so slightly and he's sort of widening his eyes a little bit, we've got these sweet little forehead lines manifesting here. Just tying the whole facial expression together. He is pulling open his leather jacket. It looks like it's leather, I think. And revealing underneath, he's got this white collar. Very clean, looks quite starched. Clean white business shirt. And then this gorgeous bedazzled black tie. And there's a nice little concentration of rhinestones here at the top. And as you come down the tie, the concentration becomes less dense. So it really looks like the rhinestones start at the top and sort of fall, cascade down the rest of the tie. He's got really cute ears. A brush. He's got this beautiful head of hair here. Really pretty eyes. He looks very kind and gentle. That's the vibes I get from him. He's got a very sensitive heart. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's the first impression I get from his face. He looks very, very soft on the inside. That's what I have here. Just brush his hands a little bit here, all the way up to his knuckles, past to his fingers. I feel kind of nice. A little break. So, I'm busy treating Luther Vandross to a little relaxation. You got the spirit? You trying to play? What are you doing? I'm gonna need you to vacate the premises. I'm very busy. Okay, love you. Thank you for understanding. Just brush along the nose a little bit. hand here might feel nice. Tip of the thumb. Give him a little bit of a shoulder rub. Okay. So, this was our last record. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. And maybe we can do this again sometime soon. But until then, please take care of yourself, okay?